that we have here, but it sure is funky. Yo, kid, I don't know what it is about this groove that you're making us move, but it sure is funky. It's time to rap. Shall we? Kid and play back, rolling strong. Dope and deaf. We can get funky with the best. We're just hyping it up. You know just how it had to be. Just take a look around, boy. Can't you see eyes up on rushing? Girl, we just blushing. With rocks and scratch. While herbs on percussion. Setting the stage for the stage to get set on. I'll bust a rhyme on the dance with this jet off. So get off because you bit off more than you can chew. Now watch the dynamic duo do a little go-go thing. Come on, rock and swing. You gotta roll with Kid and play. Now everybody sing. We're here to tear it up, so come on, here we go. Pump it up, this is high-powered stuff. Kid play, can't get enough of that funky go rhythm. You wanted a dope jam? Well, that's what we're giving. We're headed for fame, because Kid play driven. Boy, we know game, and large is our living. We stay paid, you know the boys have got it made. See, I'm the tramp, and I'm the fella with the high top fade. Get down to the sound, you know we're about to turn it out. Roll with Kid and play, everybody shout.
Rolling with Kid and Play and DJ Wiz on the 1 and 2. Hey, what is going on, family? Oh, my goodness. I know it's been a minute, family. Oh, my goodness. We just want to roll with the situation today because I've been off for a minute and, you know, things have been happening. But first and foremost, family, how are you all doing? December 2021, last month, new month of 2021. I hope each and every one of you are doing outstanding. Before we get into our show today, as always, family, welcome to Sound Off Only Fears, but fear does not live here. I am your host, Miss Tonya E, also known as Miss Right Now, that grown woman doing grown things, seasoned with sprinkles of some wisdom, so it forced me to be able to do this today, family. Welcome. If you're listening live, I want to thank you so much for taking the time out to be with us today. And if you listen to the archive show, we also want to thank you for taking time out to listen to us because we don't take your time for granted and we don't take you for granted. So, family, listen. We have a very special featured guest on hold that I'm about to bring on. And I must say that it's been a long time coming to break bread with this Mr. here. What I want to say to you all, family, is that friendship, when you have someone that you can call as a friend, regardless upon the trials and tribulations, the roller coasters, the ins and outs, the back and forth, so forth. Treasure that, respect that, family, and know it's very few people that we can call friends today, family. And I am so blessed and honored to have our special featured guest today that's going to break bread with us and letting us know how he is switching his hat from serving and protecting to serving and cooking soul food. So, family, without further ado, I would like to bring my special featured guest on because I want him to tell us about himself, opposed to me over here about to give y'all the whole biography from A to Z. So, family, help me welcome our special featured guest, my friend, my homie, Chef Clarence F. of Our Kitchen Catering. Are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay, this is going to be a disclaimer.
Man. Oh, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure being on with you. You know, it's a pleasure being on with you. And I heard that song that played in the very beginning. And I thought maybe you played that for Eric and I. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I was about to get Eric on the phone. You know.
Yeah, I did. Listen. Before we break bread about this, I know what I'm doing on this side. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you're just going to have to work with me. But I have to give a disclaimer. I have to just get a disclaimer. I may call you C, opposed to Clarence. So, family, just bear with me, okay? Because me and C go way back. And But today, we're going to break bread, and you're going to tell some of your history and your legacy upon how back in once upon a time with the Kid and Play situation. Just introduce yourself. Come on, just introduce yourself. Oh, my goodness. Welcome to Sound of Go ahead. Introduce yourself.
Okay. All right. So, I'm Clarence, of course, affectionately known as C to, my good friend Tonya. So, just going back to, you talking about Kid and Play days, back in high school, everyone, around that time we were trying to be, rap artists or DJs or whatever case it be. And, this is what we did, and I went to Rice High School, myself and my good friend Eric from back in the days, Rice High School in Harlem, Catholic High School. And, we had some of the best, parties, in the city, high school wise. And, that's where I ran into, my good friend, Tonya with the battery pack on her back, because she can dance, I don't know if you guys know that, but she get down. And so, just moving, along, we, just tried to, we tried to do our little entertainment thing, which, didn't really translate into much, because if it did, then, you guys would all know who I was, and you wouldn't have to be introducing me like that. But, long story short, I mean, we're going to get into, where I transitioned to from high school, just working, and then eventually, living with my mom and, my step-pops, in Harlem, and my step-pops was just like, hey, listen, why don't you take the test for the police department, So, it was like one of those things. It wasn't, wasn't my dream. It wasn't what I, was aspiring to do. I was really more into computers and stuff like that. But I said, hey, you know what? He's never failed me. He's always given me, really good advice. So I'll give it a shot, see what it's about. It wasn't really what I wanted to do, but, we'll check it out. And did 30 years with the police department, just a number of different, positions and units and ups and downs and different things like that. So, I mean, do you have any questions for me, T, or am I doing okay? Should I just keep talking?
Yeah, I didn't tell you to tell the whole story. Yeah, I got questions for you. That's why we breaking bread.
I thought you were going to be asking me questions and I'd be answering the questions. I thought, thought you were gonna be feeding me, some questions that I can answer.
I am. This is what we do. We don't do scripts over here. We just go along with the flow.
Ma'am.
That's why we are so authentic. So this is what I'm going to do for C family. We're going to just take it back because, like you said, you're a graduate of Rice High School. That's where we met. My battery pack being called the Energizer battery. And Clarence, again, Harlem native. What can I say? Okay, the AT&T. Let's go to the rapping days of the AT&T.
Now, all this and that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go back.
I tried to gloss over that. You just brought me right back to that one, huh? You ain't gonna let me. You're not gonna let me off the hook on that one, huh?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Because
so
that's what they need to know. Yeah. So tell them about that because the AT&T. That's why I put the kid in play because you and Eric was like the second kid in play that was in formation. So tell them about how in the sense of your AT&T days of not the telephone. It's just ironic, like telephone, right? But your name of your rap group and how did you and Eric form the rap group AT&T?
All right.
And then you're going to give me just like a good, let me give like 16, give me 32 bars if you can, and so we can roll into the next situation because, I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to do that with you because
man.
I know you do it around family and all. I know you still got it in you, so we want to share.
Don't even do that. Don't even do that. You're going to make me pull a karaoke machine out. So anyway, Eric and I also met at Rice High School. Rice was an all-boys school, just so everyone knows. So when I met T, she was at the one of the parties. But so Eric and I went to Rice, 4 years at Rice. Met him, hit it off like right away. He was just like very down to earth, real cool, and we're still very close to this day. This is going back to the we went to school 84 to 88, and. Like I said, everyone back then, we were just trying to do some, something music-wise, DJing, rapping, whatever the case may be. And, I used to write. So, I wasn't, I didn't write a whole lot. I wrote a little bit, but, I used to write, and Eric DJ'd. And we started off as the Wise 2. I don't know if T even knew that, but that's where we started off as. And that transitioned into to AT&T. Later on when we started trying to bring other members into the group, my guy Vince Grace there, rest in peace, God rest his soul. Him and a few other guys, we just were trying to put money together to get studio time and do things like that, but it just we were just like youngins back then, aspiring to do something and just not really understanding, what all that goes into like really being successful doing it. But, we did some things and, I'm happy for the experience, and just having, done, just some of the things that I did with Eric and Vince and those guys,
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm doing no bars though. I don't know if I'm doing
You can give us a little bit of something because I have to tell y'all family, okay, listen, Kid and Play would have had to run for their money because Eric, Vince, may he rest in peace, and C, they definitely had it going on. And I was going to be, I guess, their little backup dancer. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, no backup dancers. The show would have been all about T, and we would have just had to you would have been the headline. We'd have been in the backup. We'd have been like Gladys Knight and the Pips over here. Nah.
Hey, you do remember at my graduation, I said when I had I don't know if you remember when I had they called me up to speak or something. I was receiving the award, and I was like, "What's up, Tramp?" Because remember, I had a dance troupe. Well, we did a dance in senior in my school. I went to Hammond and Truman, and and my three dancers was Sean, Elliot, and Wayne, and I was, I guess, Salt and Pepper, but it was like the Tramps. We danced to the Tramps. So when I said the Tramps, what's up, Tramps? You heard the audience go like, oh, like, who is she calling tramps? Y'all have to forgive me. It's always, I always feel a little special, right? But it is right? So, anywho, so listen.
Yeah.
So again, that was the introduction to where you are today, because again, the reason why I brought that up is because as we have become seasoned, we realize that, and throughout our journey, we are judged by the cover of our books, and folks don't really know our journey and where we've been in our walk. So that's why I wanted to bring up the AT&T to show that just because you became NYPD, and much respect to you for serving and protecting the streets of New York and beyond, much respect to you, and thank you so much for your services, that you are still a person outside of that uniform. So that's why I wanted to bring that part for those that did not realize. You know what I mean? So now I'm not going to let you run away from giving that 16 bars. So what I'm going to do is, C wrote a rhyme for me at one upon a time, and I still remember it. So what I'm going to do is, because he doesn't want to get 16 bars, I'm still going to try to pull him into a family. But I'm going to go a cappella and just say what he had wrote for me, okay? Can we do that for a second? You ready, C?
I'm ready. Go ahead, do your thing.
You remember it, C? I'm about to influence you. I'm about to inspire you. You're going to want to go right after me. So
you're not talking about Dark and Lovely. Wait, I got to do this with you? I'm not doing this with you.
Okay,
oh
listen.
God.
Okay, then. Okay.
I don't even know if I remember those
Here
words.
goes the rhyme that C wrote for me. So I'm going to do it. See, you know I'm bold. Okay, here we go.
Go ahead, do your thing.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay.
I'm ready.
I pick up the mic and let the brainwaves flow. Sucker MCs try to just be her, they just don't know. I'm dark and lovely, yes, I'm bad, and I'm here to stay. Combine my lyrics with the beat to make your mama sway. Now I control a crowd with a line or two, or make another run for cover when I do my do. Yes, I become the microphone, the mic's my slave. Getting hyped and rocking parties, so I write old age. You thought I was an amateur, but that's okay. I may have changed my name. I may have changed my fees. I may have changed my looks, but I'm still Miss right now. And dark and love me. I'm dark and love me. See, they didn't realize. I tried to tell you. Hey.
Yo, that's crazy. I'm about to go get some studio time for you right now. We're gonna do this. We gotta put that on wax.
I'm up here trying to remember the days of the week. No, we gotta wait.
Yo, that's crazy. All right. Let me see because you're embarrassing me now. I hope nobody don't be like, yo,
I knew I was
whack dude on here. Go ahead. All right. So you guys got to remember, this is from back in the 80s. This is not like, I'm not trying to compete with anybody, any of these new artists or whatever. These guys are amazing. So I do my thing. Ready? So illegal, loved by all people, cherished by so many, they built me a steeple, the MC of death. My words like poison. When season want to battle me, I just exploit them. My words put it all like a cloud of smoke, and if you don't get in it clear, you surely choke. You better take heed to what I just said. I'll suck the air out your lung and pronounce you dead. I'm the microphone menace. Hurt you like the dentist. The day you battle me will be your finish. MCs contend, but they won't extend, because at the sound of the bell, I bring this battle to an end, leaving every MC in a critical state, even knocking out the devil because he got in my way. I'm so deadly. Had to be quarantined, making the microphone melt as I reach my peak. And yes, I keep teaching. You don't get smarter. Tyson hits hard. Didn't you know I hit you harder? If you don't dance, you will be plundered by this young brother who's like no other, like a cannibal. I'll eat you up. Why don't you face it? Barbecue them seeds. My favorite. My name is, and I'm second to none. After all, there'll be none left when I'm done, because I can walk through fire. I won't perspire. Get out of my face, because your rhymes are expired. When I'm on the mic, you get on the floor, because they don't make rhymes like these anymore. And anything in my way will be taking the stride while I'm knocking off MCs like a dose of cyanide. MCs please, when they see me, don't want to tangle with me on the MIC. Dumb me up, take a chill. Stop and stare at this brother who's giving Freddy Krueger nightmares. To this young MC, there could be no sequel. The name is, I'm lethal. Come on. That's back when I was MC. That's back when I was MC Al. I was going by my middle name back in the day. Oh, man.
What?
I can't even remember all that. That's crazy.
Studio time 2020. Y'all better get
that
ready.
Was,
Old school
wow.
back on the
that
forefront.
Was, wow. That had to be like 85, 86. 06. Wow. That was a long time ago.
See,
yeah,
we
man.
only get better
yes,
with time. That's
awesome.
Crazy. High five. Y'all know y'all like that. Listen, that's a part of CIA, know, right? So look at here. Bravo.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm talking about.
All righty then.
Yeah, you ready now?
Can we do it?
This was just an introduction.
All right. So, okay. So are we doing this NYPD thing now? Because I know you want to hear about that.
Well, listen, you let me run the show. You don't tell me. Look at here. You see what I'm
Yes,
saying?
ma'am.
Listen,
see, you know what the problem is? See, that's just me just overstepping my bounds. Let me just step back and,
Wait a minute, I'm about to spit out my tea. Right on. Slow down, son. Slow down,
you're right.
son.
My fault. My fault.
Okay, we can switch. We can switch hats now. That was the hat of your MC. So let's switch over to serving and protecting. Like you said, you was inspired by Daddy
What's
George.
stepfather?
I remember Mr. Lake.
Yes.
And to getting into much respect to Ma and Bro and Mr. Lake and your family. Now you are father, son, husband, friend, retiree of the NYPD. Give us a little bit of what you can or want to share while switching the hats from the corporate, because we was in the corporate at the time, right? Trying to find the destination where you wanted to go, to putting on the hat of walking into the field of the NYPD. Let them know. Right.
So like I said earlier, I was really I was pursuing a computer career big time. I was into programming and building, circuit boards and different things like that. Like that was my, that was, my passion, what I wanted to do. And for some reason, I don't know, I feel like God put me in a position at a particular time where, I took the test, because my stepfather, he encouraged me to take the test. One of the things he said to me, and I'll say this to everybody, who's listening, it's always better to be offered and turn it down than never to be offered at all. That was something he said to me, and it encouraged me to go ahead and take the test and, passed it. And it was at the time when, David Dinkins was the mayor at the time, and he was really trying to, to get the numbers. He had got a lot of money for Safe Streets initiative. And so, a lot of us got hired. It was a lot of big classes and everything. And, it was something different, The reason why I switched from one to the other was because where I was at wasn't working out. And I'm sure, we can all understand, sometimes you're somewhere and, things just don't work out, as far as employment is concerned. So, when another door closes, another one opens, and you just, you make a move. So, I ended up, like I said, in the academy in 1991. I went to the academy 10 days after my 21st birthday, and it was something different. It was something that I was never exposed to. There was never really any law enforcement, in my, in my life, to kind of something I could feed off or kind of get an understanding of what I was going to be exposed to. So it was just basically, learning on the fly. And I met some really good people in there, some of which, when I see them, we still remember those times of being, in the academy and everything. And it was different, so you had to, you had to do curriculums. You had the 3 different curriculums, and you had to pass your gym. You had to do a lot of running and, a lot of push-ups, which, back then I was a lot skinnier, so the push-ups were a little bit harder to do than they are now. But and then I ended up, which is ironic. I ended up patrolling the same area that he lived in, and I was like, wow, how look at the irony of that. How things came kind of full circle, and just growing up in the NYPD, just kind of growing up because at age 21, you're still a kid. You're still learning. You think you know everything, but you don't. And you don't realize until you get to our age. I won't say because I know she'd probably be mad at me if I say how old we were. But
no, I
you don't.
all the time because we don't look it. 51. Thank you very much. Now move forward.
So anyway, yeah. So we think we know so much. Just learning and growing up. With the NYPD and just just some things. You have to like figure out on your own, and then some things. You take example from others, and you decide, hey, listen, you know what, this is what I want to do. This is not what I want to do, and I came out of the academy, that hard nosed, law enforcement, like I'm pretty sure that most of your listeners are accustomed to, and it just took me to kind of come into my own as far as how I wanted to do things, as far as dealing with people in the street, as far as that level of respect that that civilians should get, and so it took me transitioning into, this is the kind of person I want to be. This is the kind of cop that I want to be. I want to be that cop that you have a good experience with, and that when I deal with with the public, they're like, wow, this dude, he was all right. Saying I may not have heard everything I wanted to hear from him, but he was fair and he was good to me. So I actually made some friends that way. Dealing with the general public, and just I did a number of different things in my career. One of which was community policing, which I really I really enjoyed doing community policing because you got to kind of like go in and who knew who you were, and they had your phone number, they could reach out to you if they had issues and things like that. And then moved into a more aggressive, like dealing with violence and stuff like that. So I know I'm speaking fast, but I'm trying to get a lot done in a short period of time. So so the long story short is, I moved up. I ended up in narcotics. I got promoted to detective, and I moved up to the rank of detective first grade prior to retiring. And I did 30 years and 1 month on the job before I decided to leave May of 2021.
Wow. See. Again, much respect to you. In every year in Denver that you did while on the force, you are totally appreciated. Please believe you me. And I wanted to bring you on too because we know the street codes and the boys in blue, they got a bad rap. But because I know you personally, and I know several people from the force, because my family, I have several law enforcement within my family, my own family. And as it be true, people think, I am actually on the force. I've been asked, I guess it's my demeanor, I don't know. When I was working in Midtown and Walking District during my situation of fixing phones, and they thought I literally was part of the 12. And I'm like, no, I'm here to fix a phone. Do what you do, but let me finish doing what I'm doing, right? But I still get it to today, but what I'm saying is this is about you, see, and again, I thank you so much. And for those that know you, please know you appreciate it. And with all your brothers and sisters that's on the force, for me, and I know I'm not alone in saying, we see you all as just like one of us. Even those that are doing the wrong thing and they want to, post up and say you this, you that, they have to take accountability for why you are on the police force to serve and to protect. In your 30 years, like you said, you went up the ranks from NYPD to detective to narcotics. Again, just tell us a little bit because, again, I know you get a bad rap, and again, like you said, you had to readjust it to fit who you are as a person. And you've seen that, and you get more people to receive you because they see you understand. What is one of the misconceptions that you feel that the civilians have among, as you being a man of color on the force, opposed to your counterpart?
Well, like there's a lot you go through, whether you're black, white, Latino, Asian. There's a lot of things you go through, and because you're gonna have people who in every walk of life, whatever race, religion, gender, whatever case it be, they have a distrust for law enforcement. There's going to be some people in all walks of life that have a distrust for law enforcement, and they're going to give you some grief about that. One of the things that I experienced, like with the Uncle Tom, comments and like they use they're using the black cops to get us and stuff like that, and then you hear like the KRS-One, the Black Cop, song, so there's a lot of the grief that you go through, but like I try to I had to at some point get to a point in my career and in my life where it's like, hey, listen, you know what, they have their opinions, this is how they feel, saying, can I make them see or think something different, and sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, sometimes you're just not going to win. Every battle or every outreach is not going to be so much receptive. So that being said, just being on the job, knowing some of the things that you go through, like in the street when it comes to the civilians, and in the precincts or in any of these offices, where you, in the different units where you're trying to prove yourself there as well. So you're kind of like in a, in somewhat of a, for lack of a better example, like a tug of war. Like you're trying to, you're trying to do the best you can to be a good cop for the civilians, and then you're also trying to, show that you fit in with certain things and certain units or whatever case it be, and let's face it, those who get the most recognition are those who deal with the more dangerous elements of the job. So so you have to go out there and you have to be aggressive as far as like taking guns off the street, grabbing guys for these for these robberies, dealing with GLAs and different things like that, But then you also have to understand that, as much as I'm out there being aggressive and I'm actively pursuing, shooters and people who are in possession of guns and dealers and stuff like that, I also have to be able to turn that off when I'm dealing with somebody who has an issue that they need, me to help them out, So you have to learn how to cut that off and cut that on, and it's something that I learned how to do, how to deal with people as an individual, and as much as, we would like to feel like this is something that's, obtainable. It's not always, because I know some civilians out there who feel like, listen, I want to be treated as an individual. I know that, law enforcement deal with a lot of like bad people, but you can't look at everybody as being bad people, and law enforcement, we feel the same way. We're not all bad people, but it's just, and I'm rambling on, but that's just where I'm at, where I was at one point in my career, and I just had to learn how to deal with this deal with everyone as an individual, deal with each situation, okay, different than others, So, and that's how my career ended up, and why I think I was successful in what it is that I was doing.
Well, that's awesome that you said, and again, you're not rambling. You saying exactly what needs to be said in this hour. Family, I just want to remind you, you're listening to Sound Off Only for Fears, but fear does not live here. I'm your host, Miss Tonya E, with our special featured guest, retiree, NYPD, detective, Clarence, and chef, Clarence F. So, see,
here we go.
again, yeah, I got to. Come on, man. This is why we're here, right? So, Family, again, just like C said, again, it's all about respecting each other. When you have a job to do, respect each one in their line of occupation. We are all humans. As much as you think we can operate like a robot, turn us off and on, like C said, that tug-of-war syndrome. This affects us mentally, physically, emotionally. Remember, he is, just like the other brothers and sisters on the force, are still human. They have a family to go to. They have themselves to maintain. So, again, respect each other so that we can be in a better space. And, again, see, like you said earlier, being part of the community. And I know of you always being one to give back. Again, that's just who you are. So, again, as much as I continue to say congratulations, it's because I know who C is, family.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to cry. I have my sister, I ain't going to cry because we always just doing kid and play.
And T, can I interrupt you for 1 second, please? Okay, I appreciate,
sure.
I appreciate, all the, like the thanks and the accolades that I get for being who it is I am and what I've done and my accomplishments and everything else. But I just want to put this out there for every man out there, every woman out there, everyone out there doing the right thing and working their hardest, whatever field it might be in, to take care of themselves and their families and just doing whatever they got to do for their families. Every one of you should be commended because, it doesn't make a difference what it is you do, whether you put on a uniform, whether you're administering medication, whether you're doing talk radio, whether you're just, you're mopping floors and wiping down counters, you're serving burgers or whatever the case may be. You're doing what you got to do to take care of your family. And each and every one of us, each and every one of you guys, everyone should be commended for doing what you have to do.
And I concur. Can I get an amen? I concur, C, regardless upon the title. So look at here.
Yes.
We're going to switch over to another hat, family. Listen, let me put this out here right now, just in case we go offline, because we're winding down on about 7 minutes. C, do you have an extra 15 minutes, 20 minutes to talk off air where we continue to talk? But family, you all not going to be able to hear us, but you can come back to the archive to hear the entirety of the show.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you so much, C. Appreciate you. So, family, again, if we go off on your end, know we're still talking on the other side, and you can come back to hear the entirety of the show. So, C, with that being said, let's switch another hat to why we are breaking bread again on this beautiful December 2nd. Now, you have had, it's not a hidden talent for those that know you, but for those that did not know of the hat from protecting and serving, that you have a God-given gift of cooking.
Okay.
So we're about to switch the hat.
So we're gonna switch the hats and we're gonna get into what it is I'm doing now, my current venture, and everything is still in the infancy stages, but we're full speed ahead with this here. I'll give everybody a little bit of history about where I come from when it comes to cooking, when it comes to the makeup of Chef Clay. I grew up around a lot of women, my mom, my grandmother, great-grandmother, aunts, and even some of the men in my end that I grew up around, cook very well, and I took a lot of what they were doing and just kind of like, my own experiences in learning how to cook and following their, what they were doing and a lot of instructions and just paying attention to what was going on in the kitchen, because, being the oldest of the generation, wasn't like, I had a whole lot going on. I didn't have, siblings, to go hang out and play with and stuff like that. It wasn't like, I was old enough really to go outside on my own a lot. So a lot of times I ended up in the kitchen, watching, and just kind of like picking up on little things. And then I got to a point where, getting a little older, and thinking I knew what I was doing. And believe it or not, I don't know about anyone else out there who out there who call themselves chefs or cooks. You mess up a lot before you get it right. So just figuring out the temperatures of oils and how long to leave something in, and how long you bake something. What's the temperature on the oven, and all those different things. And you start to pick these things up, and you start learning little things, and you're picking up all the things along the way from your family. And so now, fast forward to where we are today, you have some things that I have really kind of, in my mind, have perfected as far as being able to cook certain things. I can do them without thinking about them, without thinking about temperatures and stuff like that. I can just, these are things that I can do. So for the last, I would say 5 to 10 years in the police department, working in narcotics, we would do a lot of things we would do like as a team, and those things turned into, a lot of times we would do like little barbecues. During the holidays, we would get together and everybody would bring food in, almost like a potluck kind of thing. And I had a lot of guys who say, yo, dude, like, the food is good. The food, whatever it is that you're making, is amazing. And I'm like, wow. I don't think of it that way. I just look at it like, I'm just making food, the same thing like, like my moms would make, and, so I had a partner who I was working with before I retired. We'll call him Kenny Mack. That's my last partner. And he owns a party rental business, in addition to working, on the job. And, he was really pushing me to to do something, with this. And I was like, yeah, I'm interested in possibly doing like a food truck or something like that. And he was just like, yo, dude, you really got to like step out there and get this done, because, there's a market for, what, your talents and what you can do. And I'm like, I never thought of myself being able to sell food to anyone. It's crazy. I'm like, I can make food. I do barbecues. I have barbecues at the house all the time, and people come, and it's like, when they leave, they're like, yo, I can't wait for the next barbecue. And I'm thinking it's because we're all together. And I didn't realize it's like, they coming for the food. So, I apologize for bouncing around so much, but so he's been pushing me to get this done, and I'm like, all right, so I'm retired now, so let me really kind of look into it and explore what are some of the things I can do with regard to to this. So I really wanted to do the food truck. It seemed like something that was going to be somewhat like a good thing to do, especially considering during COVID, so many restaurants were closed, and it was just like the food truck business was thriving at the time, or it still continued. So so I really started looking into that, and I got a call from one of the guys I used to work with. He retired a little bit before I did, and he was just like, yo, listen, man, I'm throwing a party for my aunt. She's turning 60, and can I get a couple of trays of food? I was just like, all right, well, I could do that. What do you want? So we came up with a menu. I put that together. I delivered it to him, and he actually, he paid me for it. And was like, I'd never done this before. He paid me, to do this. And before I know it, he was calling me back. Yo, listen, I need you to do this again for me. And he was like my first customer. Since then, I think I've had, in the next couple of weeks, I'll be working on maybe my 10th, between 10 and 12, or my 10th to 12th customer. Just, have repeat, customers coming back that, want me to make food for them. And so I'm like, okay, I need to really, if I'm really going to take this serious, I really need to get into the business aspect of this. So, I started taking online courses just to, to take to get certified with food protection, food service, stuff like that. Get my board of health certifications, and I reached out to earlier in the show. We spoke about Eric, and Eric is probably my longest, my oldest friend. I know him the longest, but then through Eric I met Rudy. And, so it's like we're REC, we're REC. It's Rudy, Eric, Clarence, So, and I'm still in communication with them to today. And Rudy, being a very successful business person, I reached out to him and was like, yo, listen, this is what I'm looking to do. And I got on the phone with him for about 30 minutes, and he ran me through the whole thing about, how to set up LLCs and, getting insurance and tax stuff and just everything. And just like, Rudy's just like really been like very supportive and in my corner as far as like really like putting the business together, coming up with a name and everything else. And so, the name of my ex-partner, his party rental company is our town party rental. And I was just like, all right, so I just kind of copied. I bit off his title, so I came up with Our Kitchen Catering because a lot of the other the other names were kind of taken and that was available, So I just did that. I purchased my domain through GoDaddy, and so I have our Kitchen Catering up and running, and then it was like just trying to figure out like doing a menu, putting together like website and everything else. I'm like, I got to get this logo together because that's kind of important, like to have a logo so people recognize when they look at something. Okay, oh yeah, I know who that is. And I was like, I don't want to have to pay somebody to do a logo. Like I know if I had access to different programs, like PowerPoint and stuff like that, I could probably come up with something. And like it just always seemed like like God always has me in a spot for a particular reason. I was on the phone to be like a dean of student affairs, and she's working on her PhD and her thesis and everything else. Why would she have time to sit down and do a logo for me? She sent me 2 logos, and needless to say, one of them is my logo, and I threw that right up because it's amazing. It's just really what I really wanted, and it's perfect. I put it on the menu, and at some point I got to get the website up and running and everything. But so basically what happens now is I have the background in cooking. I think that I can cook pretty well. I can make a lot of different things. Learning how to do, I do soul food, but not just soul food. I can do Italian. I do seafood. I've done seafood events where we've made 25 pounds of crab legs, 10 pounds of shrimp. You do different things like that. I can make I can make chicken franchise. I can do chicken parm. And I have some other things coming up as well. I'm going to be doing making. I do wings. So I do different things with wings. Some people want them fried. Some people want them different flavors. I do a honey ginger soy with a little orange. And I smoke those wings. It's you do different things. And just putting together the menu, just trying to put together the website. Still waiting on my certifications and like I can cook. Now it's a matter of getting the business aspect together. And so that's where I'm at right now. So I've been basically cooking, for people since maybe about September of 2021.
Wow. Looking at them pictures, I was like, he's so disrespectful. Oh, my goodness. I'm talking about, wow. So, Suki. So, see. Okay. Kudos
So,
to your
thank you
friend.
so much.
You're going to have to give me his information so I can post it as well on our blog along with your blog. So, again, we give recognition where recognition is due. And as you spoke and stated, you have your whole team surrounding you, and you didn't even realize it. This is your calling. It's been your calling, just been hidden because you've been serving and protecting the field. So now you have been put in the field to serve others by way of your cooking. And, again, family, I've always said this. Your occupation is your occupation, but never lose your passion. Always have something to fall back on. We always heard that part. But I feel that a lot of people, even in my journey, I've always held a 9-to-5 or corporate, but I've always done my dancing, the music industry situation on the side because that's been my passion, and working in the community as well. So, see, like you stated earlier, you've been surrounded by women that they were cooking. They was in the kitchen, as well as some of your of men in your life that also knew how to throw down in the kitchen. So it's been part of you. So when I say God-given talent, it's because it has been within since, you've been conceived. It's part of your bloodline. So now you're able to share with others. And the 14, which will multiply in 2022, and you're about to get real busy. And learning your way around the kitchen. Now, I know you told me why you guys came up with Our Kitchen Catering. But when I seen that, I looked at it as your family, all those that are surrounded by you, becoming from ours to yours. That's how I read it.
Right. Yeah, that's basically what it was that I was trying to get across, was because I take from my mom, from my grandmother, my brother, Alfonso, he also, he throws out in the kitchen as well, and I steal some of his recipes, just a number of different things, like Cherie, she's in the kitchen and she's doing her thing as far as there's certain things I don't touch, like her potato salad and like her deviled eggs. I don't even bother even going in that direction because I don't want nobody yelling at me because I'm telling you, she throws down when it comes to the potato salad and stuff like that. So, it's just that, and it's even my youngest son, Isaiah, he has some things he goes in the kitchen and he kind of throws together that he likes, and I'm actually contemplating putting a few of those things on the menu, because these are things that I think that that people would like. People would enjoy these things. I like them. We all seem to like them. So why wouldn't everyone else like them? So when I started thinking about that, I started thinking about this is a collaboration of all of us. The whole family. So our kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't want it to be like Steve's kitchen, Clay's kitchen, or Clarence's kitchen, or whatever case may be, whatever, because I have we always have a bunch of, of names or pet names that everybody wants to call us, but I just thought our kitchen was something that would show recognition to everybody who's gotten me to where I am right now, as far as being in the kitchen and being able to put a good product out there that people enjoy.
Well, I get it, and kudos to wifey and son as well, and again everyone, because that's exactly how I read it. Our is being coming from you all's kitchen to ours. So kudos to the whole team, and make it a family affair. And I think, by you saying that and knowing how times has changed so much that families are no longer sitting at the table. I don't know what COVID has brought to where maybe families are now coming back to the table, and home cooking is becoming a top priority today opposed to fast foods and so forth. Let's speak about that. What is your perspective on that? Being in the kitchen as a family affair, Give us your perspective on the importance of families coming to break bread at the table to enjoy one another, even if it's just that potato salad that I've seen on the website.
Oh man, that potato salad is something. Yeah, that potato salad is something different. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, I gotta give kudos to her on those salads, man. She murders the salads, but so like I'll just give you a quick little story. So you know, we have some folks at the house on Thanksgiving, and usually I put the table together. Like, that's my thing. Like, I like to dress up the table and make it look nice, take a lot of pictures and everything. And so at one point, you know, they're all looking at me like, "What are you doing?" I'm breaking the table down because I need table to sit at the table and eat, you know, with each other and communicate and conversation and everything else. Because, you know, like most places, you know, well, maybe not like most places, but like how it is normally you know, where in my house, you know, I got all these snack tables. So people sit around the living room and they all over the place, and, you know, they broke off into little sections or whatever. Like, nah, I'm going to get as many people to the kitchen table as I possibly can, you know, and everybody just sit around and just communicate, you know. So I put everything together, you know, for the purpose of taking photos and everything else, and then, like, boom. All right, everybody get together. We're going to sit down. We're going to you make your own plates. I don't make plates. Okay, that's one thing I don't do. I don't make plates. You know, I will cater your event. I will drop the food off. You can come pick the food up. I can even come and set up for you. I got racks. I got sternals. I got trays. I got all that stuff. But, you know, when it comes to putting the spoon in that pan, that's going to be all you. I don't do all of that stuff. But, you know, maybe in another, you know, 6 months to a year, you know, I'll get some more people on the payroll. But I can't be in the kitchen all night and then serve your food during the day, so that's not going to happen. But that being said, yeah, so it's important, you know. Family is very important, you know. And when I say family, I don't mean like, you know, just mom, dad, you know, your brothers, sisters, you know, your wives, your husbands, or whatever case it be. I don't mean just that, you know, your sons and daughters. I mean, like, there are people who are really close to you who they're family, you know. They are really family. You know, I look at, you know, when I talk about Eric and Rudy, that's family right there. That's blood, you know. And, you know, that's just is what it boils down to. And I mean, like you know, I'm on here right now, you know, with T, and I call her T, you know, because that's just what we call each other, T and C, whatever the case would be. But, you know, I've known her a long, long time, and, like, you know, like, that's family to me. You know, it's just like, you know, it's just like Eric and Rudy. It says, you know, T is family to me, you know. And I remember when she was Tonya.
Don't you talk about my weight? You said, wait, I know exactly where you went with that, Roger.
Tonya. Tonya. I remember that.
Oh, my goodness, shut up.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness, shut up. Go ahead.
We're not going there at all. We will not bring that up ever again. But, so like I said, you know, but I had some people to the house, and we needed to be together because, you know, we're going through, you know, a rough time, rough patch, or whatever the case should be, and we all just really needed to be together. And I thought it would be good for us to just kind of like be together at the dinner table, eating, laughing. I'm playing music, we're having a good time. And somebody called me out to try to, you know, challenge me on a versus. I don't know why he did that, because I guess he doesn't realize that I know a little bit more about music than he think I did. But hey, listen. Somebody challenged me on a versus.
Oh, see, now you laughing, but early in the beginning of the show, you was like, "Oh, T, really? Oh, versus."
No, what I mean, like,
we're listening.
No, what I'm saying, when I say versus, I don't mean like me actually spitting bars and stuff like that. I'm talking about playing music and, like, you know, come on, I can go as far back as you want and as far, you know, up as you want. I can play Drake. You know, I can go back to, you know, Spoonie G. You let me know what you want to do. You let me know where we're going because I love music. I love music. You know what I'm saying? So music and food, man. So wherever it is, wherever it is, there's some music. I mean, there's some food going on where I'm at. There's always going to be some music. I got my HK speaker. I throw on my Apple Music, and boom, we're good to go.
Oh man, I'm just ready to do some cartwheels. I can't do cartwheels. I can see the emoji, but I'm not doing no cartwheels today. You know my situation. But I can still drop it like it's hot. But I may need some help and have the chair like right there.
You can drop it, but you need some help getting back up, right?
I fall and I can't get back up. Oh
yeah,
no!
I
still got it. Ain't gonna lose that. But it's just again, like you said, celebrating life, celebrating each other. Loving on one another. Again, like you said, it doesn't have to be blood related. Again, I have to take it where God says, the Bible speaks, that a brother, a friend will be closer to you than a brother. And it's, again, just appreciating one another. We all have been through so much, and prior to this COVID-19 situation, to just our own personal journeys. And there's so many people that's just looking for a friend. And like you said with Brother Eric and Rudy, I know both of them. And, again, just having those genuine friendships, like brotherhood, they're your brothers, and still being able to be among each other, because each and every one, y'all all have families now. We all grown. We're seasoned, and, again, we don't look our age. So I'm okay with us telling them, because they're going to do the math anyway. You say you got on the 21, and you retired at 30. So 30 plus 21 is what? 51.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Whether they want to bring it from, if they want to go to the microphone or the dance floor or the ones and twos, we got it covered. So,
yeah, you got the dance floor. You got the dance. I can't do that.
Listen. I, again, so appreciate you for breaking bread with us on this day and sharing
just
a drop. Yes, it is. Again, it's just a drop, because you're welcome to come back. I'm going through situations, so I just wanted to bring you on before I go through my situation, which I will not broadcast because I feel like I didn't talk enough. And it's, again, people get you, people don't. I have the attitude, you like me, you don't. But I'm not going to disrespect anyone. But, again, people want you to be who they want you to be for them, but not realizing that you have your own purpose just the same. So that's why we come together to break bread, to build up, not tear each other down. So here at Sound Off Only Fear Fears, but fear does not live here. We walk by faith and understand your journey is a testament to help somebody else make it through. It's the same with all of us. If we can get that concept to understand that is our truth, even when we are in storms, the sun is always shining on the other side. Just hold on. Don't quit.
Yes.
Hold
ma'am.
on. Don't quit. Recognize each other's seasons. Recognize the root or the triggers that may take you out of character. And just say, listen, I'm not feeling well today. And we accept when others say, not today. Not to push you away, but I just need a moment, So, again, see, with our kitchen catering, tell them how they can get in contact with you, because, as you stated, you're still building the foundation. But at this moment, how can they get in contact with you, and your email, the website email, not your personal email. Let me say that. I'm like, see, I didn't tell you to get that one. You know what I mean? But tell them how to get in contact with you.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Okay, so just because we're just, like I said, we're just in the infancy stages, and we're just kind of like getting, we're just trying to get the wheels up. So we're primarily, we're based out of Putnam County. We can service Putnam, Westchester, and mainly like northern parts of the city, like mainly like the Bronx or Upper Manhattan. We will deliver it to you. And the way to get in contact with us is through it's Clarence, CLARENCE at ourkitchencatering.com. You can email me. You can go on to the Instagram, which is Our Kitchen Catering. That's the Instagram name, and you can DM me as well. If anyone needs, I have the menu, I have a digital menu, and I can send it to you. And just so you know that just because you don't see it on the menu doesn't mean that it's not available. Just ask and just ask for whatever it is you want. I can let you know whether we can accommodate you or not. We'll do the best we can to accommodate you, and we'll go from there. So I look forward to hearing from you guys, even if it's just an inquiry. You want to see the menu, you just want to take a look at the Instagram page and just kind of see what we're doing, and that's where we're at. That's how you can get in contact with me. I feel like I lost you. Hello?
Oh, see, I had you on mute. Oh, my goodness, I'm so sorry. Because did you hear me? I'm over here talking, and I'm like, because, sometimes you hear me breathing heavy even though I'm sitting still. Oh, my goodness, you didn't hear nothing I said, right? Sam,
I didn't hear
so
anything
apologize
you said.
for that delay.
Did you hear anything that I said? You asked me. You asked me about
said,
the
but I put
how
it
to
on
get in
mute
contact.
when I'm not talking. Okay, so listen, I heard all of it. Let me hear. Yeah, it's okay. Listen, this is what we're going to do. Here I said, I've always asked our guests to give words of encouragement to our youth. And like I was saying, because you come from the actual trenches of seeing the conditions of where they were before you retired and now being on the outside of still seeing, what words of encouragement will you give them? What words of encouragement will you give parents and guardians of these youth of today? And what words of encouragement will you give the community as a whole? Here goes the last one. And then words of encouragement to your brothers and sisters that are still on the force.
Wow, I didn't realize I was gonna have to take an exam at the end of this. Okay, so all right.
Hey, you just listen and answer the question.
Yes, ma'am. For the youth, I would say honestly, I would say what you need to do is you need to recognize, what's important, okay, and trying to get to where it is you're trying to get to. Work towards your strengths. Know what it is that what you really want to do, and work towards these things. And don't be discouraged. Don't let no one talk you out of what it is that you're trying to do, and know the difference between right and wrong, and do what's right. When it comes to parents, be patient. We have to be, a little patient with our youth. We have to know that they are the youth, and they're going to be going through their transitions, and and a lot of times, they're trying to find out who they are, discover who they are, and sometimes, a battle is not necessary. Sometimes it just might be a matter of, hey, listen, you know what? Let's just sit down. Let's have a meal. Let's have a sandwich. Or maybe whatever case would be. Figure out something you could do in the kitchen. Maybe grab your son or your daughter. You go in the kitchen. You got to make a meal together. And while you're in there making the meal together, you can have a conversation about certain things that you're trying to steer them away from. You're trying to help them with, or whatever case would be. Because you don't want to get into this. You don't want to be fighting with with your sons and daughters, because all it does is just it just drives them further away. But try to develop a rapport, relationship that you can kind of like you can communicate, because communicating is everything. As far as like the community as a whole is concerned, I can say that listen, don't believe everything you see or hear in the media. get to know who it is you're dealing with. Get to know what it is you're dealing with, and don't just automatically assume. And just try to let's just try to be together. Let's try to there's so much going on right now, especially in the cities in the 5 boroughs where there's so much violence, there's so many guns, and there's so many shootings and different things that are going on, and we have to come together as a community, as a people, to say, hey, listen, this can't continue to go on, because it's toxic, it's detrimental, it makes us, it just puts everybody on edge. It just makes everyone feel, nervous and uncomfortable about moving around. I have so many people who are telling me now they're afraid to ride the trains and to be on certain blocks and walk, in the city, and people are afraid to leave their homes, and it shouldn't be that way. We have to, as a community, we have to take care of our community and not take advantage of the fact that, we feel as if we can get away with things that, we couldn't, over the past several years. Let's see. So, fellow law enforcement, I would say you have to, you have to be more mindful of who you're dealing with. Treat people as individuals and not just as everybody in this building is all screwed up. So everybody in this building gets treated like they're all screwed up. No, because there may be a lot of people, the majority of people in that building who are hardworking people, who get up every morning and go to work the same as you do, and don't appreciate, that you're treating them like, the people in Apartment 1C who people in Apartment 1C, and nothing against it. It's just for example, I don't want anybody who actually live in Apartment 1C to be pissed with me, but, it's just, some people need more aggressive policing, and some people need to feel like, they're safe and they're protected, and that, you're looking at them as individuals, as hard workers, the same as we are. Did I cover all the bases? Am I good? Did I do okay with that one?
You are good. You are good.
I'm trying to figure this out because like you know what happens is it's crazy because like sometimes I get put into these positions where it's like I'm somewhere at a function or at a party or just at a barbecue, and then it's like, come say something. Like, wait, what? Hold on a second. I didn't get a chance to write this down and rehearse it and go over it. And so, like you said, there's no script, so I just have to say. I have to say what's all what just at the top of the head.
That's what it is.
Listening.
When you always have to be ready. So when things come, you already ready. Stay ready. You don't have to get ready if you stay ready.
Right.
So again, this is here. Sound of only fear fears, but fear does not live here. This is a place where we just break bread, and I mentioned this so many times before. I don't gossip. I'm not a gossiper. I like to come to break bread with people that are doing things that are about community, about laughter, about love, about giving back, about building. You know what I mean? So that's why, God led me to do this. Again, it's just one of my other personalities
gotcha.
that I'm grateful that I've been afforded. So there's no script here. So again, you seasoned, so you may lose a train of thought.
Right. So listen, I want to just say one thing before, because I know we're going to have to go soon, but I want to just say one thing that just popped into my head just now. I remember many moons ago, they were looking to bring more minority individuals onto the police department. So they had myself and some others. They put us in these nice fancy vans, and we went out to hand out applications and try to encourage, people in the inner city communities just to take the test and come on the job. And so many people who I was really focused on the targeting were like, no, I don't want to do that. That's, that job is whack. All you guys do is harass people. All you guys do is, want to do this and do that and harass people, whatever case it be. And, I just have one thing to say to everyone who feels that way. Change comes from within. So if you have an issue with the way, you feel the way things are going as far as like, policing is concerned, then give it a shot. Give it a shot. Give it a try. And like I said, change comes from within, because if you don't like certain things, the only way you can really change it, a lot of times, the only way you can really change it is by being a part of it, and then you can change it from within. And that's what basically, not the reason why I came on the job, but one of the things that I actually, I actually did kind of, like tailor my, my policing around is like trying to do something different than what is always being done, and doing the job, but not, not making people feel threatened by me doing the job.
Yes. Change starts within, and you are so right, C. You are so right. It's easy to talk about it, but you have to be a doer. So with that being said, thank you so much again for coming on, being vulnerable, breaking bread with us. And again, thank you so much for being you. And even though you are being you, we as a whole are still under construction. But thank you so much for serving the streets of New York and beyond for 30 years. For 30 years. So we actually
appreciate
also
you.
Congratulate you on your new venture.
Thank you so much. I just have one last thing to say to you.
I told you were seasoned. Go ahead.
Tonya.
Oh, I heard what you said. Okay, that's an inside your family. But look at here, see. Thank you so, listen. Okay. Thank you so much. Much respect. God bless you, your entire family. I'm going to have to get wifey potato salad one of these days. But again, thank you so much.
I got that for you. I got that for you. And listen, all my prayers are with you, and and everything, and just keep me posted on what's going on with that, and in addition to that, like this thing here, this is great. This is amazing, and it felt good to get on and just be able to talk and get some things off my chest. And I hope that this is something that continues on and thrives, and becomes more successful for you, and then you get some more people on, and just hope this keeps going. This would be great.
Listen, see, I'm about ready to retire from the whole thing. But
you can't do it. We need you. No, we need you.
Listen, you're right. Again, I will always be part of.
If Charlamagne could get a TV show, so can you.
Don't you even mention that thing up on here. Look at here. I keep it 100. Listen, don't even bring that energy over here. X'd out.
If he can get a TV show, so can you.
Well, we already know. Listen, I don't even want to be even in the industry. I never like being in the front of the camera. I always like to do what I do and keep it moving. Mm-hmm. So if God sees fit in the industry, because I know I'm seasoned to know the logistics and all this situation within it. But I'm comfortable. God, this is what I will say before we get off. When I started the industry, my track record, right? And all I want to do was dance. All this other stuff that was coming into play, I prayed to just ask God, I just want to be comfortable. It wasn't about me being in the front line and people calling my name. This is some of the things I always said to my son and to my sisters, remember Sabrina, or anyone, even a youth. Be mindful upon why you want to be called and known. When you touch that microphone, you are responsible for what you say, and know that it's a small tool, but it's very powerful. There are so many people that are misusing these devices and outlets with just running their mouths, but they're causing so much havoc. Whew. D about to make me go to Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, save us. Get us out of here.
Listen, Harriet Tubman's like enough is enough. Listen,
save us.
Look.
Oh man,
goodness.
yo, this was fun. This was fun. This was good.
We could come on another time whenever y'all got something going on. But let me get through this little next journey that I am enduring at this point. But
definitely
again,
do what you got to do. Okay. All right. Listen.
Now let me finish,
and,
wait, you can't cut off yet.
No.
You can't see that again. Detective
I've been trying to do your show. My fault.
You can come back as a co-host. Why don't we bring Eric on the next time?
This is your show. Okay, this is your show, not mine.
It's not mine. It's ours. It's not mine. It's ours. God just allowed me to be the forefront.
No, the
you
kitchen.
Understand?
The kitchen is ours. The show is yours.
No, y'all can't. You're not the owner of ours. It's our kitchen. This is our show. Okay.
Okay, got you.
Our show, because it's sound off. So okay,
I got you.
So look at here. Enjoy the rest of your day. But before we go, family, again, we want to thank our special featured guest, retiree NYPD Detective Clarence / Chef Clarence, for breaking bread with us, family. Again, we hope and pray that the words and our breaking of the bread of friendship extends from here to you and to all of yours, as well as your community. And again, just because that man and woman is wearing a uniform, please remember they too are human. We have donkeys in every line of field of occupation. But give respect, receive respect. And if you have a problem, there's always someone else you can talk to deal with the individual. So, family, thank you so much for tuning in. And before we go, I have another tune I'm going to play. Ha-ha, because that's what we do here. And being that we were talking about kid and play, ha-ha,
okay,
and all this and that with C, Clay, and Eric, and our brother that is watching over us from the heavens, Vince, all this and that. We're going to go out with Kid and Play with Getting Funky. So we're getting funky, y'all. So y'all be sure to go and follow Chef Clarence off of their Instagram, Our Kitchen Catering, and stay tuned for his website. And in the meantime, email him, like he said. You can DM him. He has a list. This is just the beginning. But if you don't see what you like, just inquire. So, family, and see, let's continue to celebrate life to the fullest. Thanksgiving is not on no Thursday of November. Thanksgiving is every day. So let's continue to celebrate life. Laugh a lot. Enjoy one another. But know you as well have to take time out for you and love on yourself first so that you can love on everyone else. So, family, with that being said, I am your host, Miss Tonya E., also known as Miss Right Now, with our special featured guest, Detective, NYPD retiree, Clarence F. And you know what? We're going to dance on out of here. See? Talk to you at another time. Thank you. So let's do it.